Royal Grit at the moment is offering you around about 40 the win and 13.80 the place. Qatari Chief 30 and 9.30, Secured Deposit 60 and 17. Precocious Lad at 7.80 and 2.60. Bex at 17 and $5.60. 7 Lou 24 and $6.80. Number 8 in the race is Fetu at the moment at 30 and 9.60. Daria'S 27 and 7.80. Rationale 7.50 and 2.60. Threesome 11 and 3.60. Daria'S Fun 15 and 4.90. Dungarvan 15 and 5.60. Plume d'Orville 11 and $3.80. Number 15 Sea Swift at 5.70 and 2. Melody Moss at 35 and 10. Sounds Like Fun 9.60, 3.80. Gallipoli 21 and 6.60. And Starline at 13 and $5. The race at 4.35. For this very important race, you are looking at virtually a DB Auckland Cup field, and that's what makes this event so exciting. $100,000 at stake for the Jaguar Plate, formerly the Queen Elizabeth Handicap. Favourite would appear to be number 18, Sounds Like Fun at the moment. And let's see who wins this very good race.
Now, and they're off in the Jaguar Plate. Threesome jumped out okay. Dungarvan on the inside, racing up Melody Moss to lead them, the Australian. Out wide is Rationale. Out wide is still Royal Grit as they settle down. Starline settling back towards the rear. And trapped out wide, Daria'S Fun, Daria'S. Royal Grit and Rationale race up and take over. Melody Moss steadied on the inside, got a good spot from then followed Sounds Like Fun, one out. Then Qatari Chief reefing a bit on the outside. Then 2 back to Dungarvan. Then Precocious Lad. Then followed Bex, 4 out, Secured Deposit. As they approached the judge, then followed back Threesome on the inside of Fetu. Daria'S 4 deep with Plume d'Orville. They followed out by Gallipoli, then Lou with a lap to go, then Daria'S Fun, then Sea Swift, and last is Starline. 15 off the leaders as they work up the rise, leaving the straight. So Rationale led about a half length. Royal Grit right behind them, Melody Moss. On the outside, Qatari Chief, then Sounds Like Fun right behind the leaders. Then Precocious Lad tucked in nicely on the inside of then Secured Deposit, 1.5 to Bex, then Dungarvan midfield. Daria'S came next at the 14.50, then followed by Threesome with Lou, then Fetu on the outside, 1.5, then Plume d'Orville. They followed Sea Swift, 1.5 back Gallipoli with Daria'S Fun and Starline last on the inside, 12 off the pace. 1,250 metres to go, and it's Rationale and Royal Grit. They led about a length and a half. Melody Moss, Qatari Chiefs 3 deep between the two. Sounds Like Fun, 1.5. Precocious Lad, a good rate. They're running then up their rise. They go by the 1,100 metres. Secured Deposit got a handy about 6th, then followed Bex and Fetu, then Dungarvan, then Lou. Threesome is next with Daria'S. 1.5 Plume d'Orville, Daria'S Fun, Sea Swift, Gallipoli and Starline is last. Racing in with 900 metres to go in the Jag, and the leader is now Royal Grit about a length clear from second place Qatari Chief. Right there Rationale on the inside, Sounds Like Fun, 1 out from then Secured Deposit on the outside. Melody Moss is next, then Fetu followed by next Lou on the outside. Daria'S Fun came next, Precocious Lad got squeezed back on the inside. Bex is next with then Threesome, 1.5, Dungarvan, then Daria'S. Plume d'Orville, Sea Swift off the leaders, 10 lengths I'd say, then followed Gallipoli and Starline is last. On the turn, 450 metres to go, it's Royal Grit, the leader from Qatari Chief, poised to challenge. Sounds Like Fun came out 3 wide on the inside. Rationale looking for room then is Precocious Lad, and here's Daria'S Fun, a huge run down the very outside, might level with the leaders. Royal Grit, Rationale, Daria'S Fun out wide, Qatari Chief a length away, Precocious Lad battling now. Daria'S Fun is in charge though with 150 metres to go from on the inside. Rationale 3 lengths away, they've scooted on Threesome, running on Sea Swift late. Daria'S Fun, Rationale, the 2 down to it. Daria'S Fun out wide from Rationale and Sea Swift. Daria'S Fun has beaten Rationale. What a run, Sea Swift, that's your cup winner. Then followed home behind it Threesome, then followed Lou, then Precocious Lad. Gallipoli was next, then Royal Grit, then followed home by Bex. Next behind them Dungarvan. Sounds Like Fun alongside of it with Melody Moss, Qatari Chief, Secured Deposit, Fetu, Daria'S and Starline. So the winner is
Daria'S Fun, who has taken out the Jaguar Plate, a horse that's done a lot of racing in recent months, raced over at the VRC Spring Carnival, has come back to New Zealand and now moves into some favouritism for the DB Auckland Cup. Number 12, Daria'S Fun, trained by Susan Ellis of Pukekohe, well ridden by Gary Stewart, a winner of the Jaguar Plate. Let's go to the final stages.
Well, as they turned into the straight, it was Royal Grit who led. Rationale getting a very good run along the inside, but wide on the track, it is Daria'S Fun and Gary Stewart have hit the front and really looking to go very well at this stage. Sounds Like Fun, the favourite, is fading away for David Walsh. And watch the finishing run of Sea Swift in the black and white. But it's down to the 2 at the moment. Daria'S Fun in the middle of the track and Rationale down on the fence. And Sea Swift coming home now in the blinkers. You can see there with the white hood, really flying. But Daria'S Fun kept up to its work by Gary Stewart. Rationale, a usual honest race, but Daria'S Fun, who was third in this race last year, is going just a little bit too well for Rationale out in the centre of the track. Swift is absolutely flying home. What a great Auckland Cup trial that is. But it's Daria'S Fun holding an advantage. Rationale trying hard as ever, but not able to bridge the gap. And Daria'S Fun has won the Jaguar Cup from Rationale and Threesome. But the pace was good. It was much faster than the Derby over 2,400 metres, so some of the back runners had a chance as the front runners got tired. And Daria'S Fun comes charging down the middle of the track for Gary Stewart. Rationale, who had been near the lead all the way, got a lovely run through on the inside, but Daria'S Fun couldn't be denied and went to the line too strongly. But the really top run of the race would come from the South Island mare Swift, who flashed home in the Avondale Cup and has flashed home again today. And that's a top run for the Auckland Cup. But all the honours today with Daria'S Fun.
Yes, fair to say, Grant, there'd be a few disappointments in the race for some of the stayers that are lining up for the big one on New Year's Day. There can be no denying that the favourite, and a warm one I suspect, for the DB Auckland Cup will be Swift. But a top run here by the winner, Daria'S Fun. Gary Stewart, the successful rider. The game little Rationale down on the rails had to be content with second yet again. And a very good effort by Daria'S Fun to win the Jaguar Plate, the final lead-up race to the DB Auckland Cup on New Year's Day. Dividends now posted.